I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't want to spoil the surprise. What is going on, Keith?
Perfect. So the Hornets earlier in the day shared that LaMelo Ball was being examined for an ankle sprain suffered in preseason on Monday night. Now, Sham Sharani of The Athletic is reporting LaMelo Ball has been diagnosed with a grade 2 left ankle sprain and is expected to miss time to start the regular season. And then the Hornets just tweeted out the same thing, confirmed. They didn't give quite as much detail. They're basically saying confirmed. His return to full activities will be determined by his response to rehab and treatment. But LaMelo Ball going to be down for the start of the season, so we'll see. What comes of that, and add the Charlotte Hornets to the tank race.
Oh man, that's a rough way to start off the season with LaMelo Ball going down. I see. I was so excited to start this show, Keith, and then we get that news off the top that he's not like we knew that the ankle sprain was there, but you and I were just talking before we hit record, saying that we didn't know the severity of it just yet, that it hadn't been announced. We were expecting it any time, and there it is, and it's unfortunate news. Man, that's terrible that it's going to keep him down because he is so much fun to watch. I'm not expecting the Hornets to win a ton this season, but they become one of those league pass teams that you have to check in on whenever LaMelo Ball is on the floor. And now that's taken away from us already. Come on, guys, turn off the injury button, please.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no more, injuries for sure. We don't want to see any more. Let's just start healthy. I think, it's weird. The NBA works almost the opposite of the NFL in the sense that they generally tend to they do their cut down. Like a lot of teams will do it in the next couple days, and then they play their last preseason game. It's still generally a cameo appearance by the regulars, but they don't carry all the guys all the way through that last preseason game, which for teams is Friday. Some teams end earlier, but Friday's the last day of the preseason. So maybe we'll see a couple teams keep guys a little bit longer and then do the waivers. We're going to get into some deadline stuff, but Saturday, true cut down day is Monday. Teams have to be in roster compliance by this coming Monday,
Yeah.
the 17th. But most teams, the vast majority will waive their camp guys, their non-guaranteed guys by Saturday, because Saturday is the last day to waive a player and not incur a prorated salary hit for any days that they're on the roster. And
Right.
the reason for that is they have to clear waivers by cut down day. So if you wait to waive them till Sunday, they don't clear till Tuesday. Tuesday is day one of the regular season, so they would get a day of pay. Players are paid for those couple of days on waivers as well. So you'll see the vast majority of cuts will come sometime between the time you listen to this and likely Friday, maybe potentially into Saturday. Saturday, everybody will just about be done with their rosters.
And it's not even that like 1 day of pay. Oh my gosh, it's so much money. It's just you just don't want that money on your books now, particularly if you're a luxury tax team as well. That's where
Or a
suddenly
hard cap.
it gets ridiculous. Yeah, the hard cap as well. Those sorts of things become a factor when you're looking at when players get waived.
As you are, as you
Go
are
ahead.
well aware, sometimes counting every dollar under the hard cap becomes a thing.
It
For the
does.
Lakers a couple years ago, they were had to really time up and play games with some of their signings just to make sure they get in under the hard cap, because there's no exceptions to that. You don't get to exceed it by even a dollar. But yeah, my guess with the Hornets now
Yeah.
is I think you're going to see them probably try to bottom this thing out. LaMelo will obviously come back, but I don't know that they're going to be set up to chase a playoff spot. I've watched them play twice in the preseason against the Celtics, and then I watched them play the Pacers, and they're terrible. Like, they don't play any defense. They're just a mess. So I would be very surprised if we see them doing a whole heck of a lot this season.
Well, according to Google, grade 2 is a 4 to 6 week timeline in order to fully
Which
return. And if we
we're
are
talking
talking
the
about the
whole Thanksgiving.
yeah, and if we are looking at the Hornets potentially saying, okay, this could be the impetus towards just let's bottom this thing out, like you said, this could be what pushes them to do that. And if that's the case, just put him down for 6 weeks. Like, you're not going to try to rush him back,
Mm-hmm.
right? It feels like it's almost like too early in the season to already be talking about like, hey, just might as well. But when you've got Wembanyama out there, when you've got players, Scoot Henderson, you've got these guys out there, that race is going to be very serious. And if you can get to be part of it, sooner rather than later, you might as well go for it if you're a team
Mhm.
like the Hornets here. I mean, right now, looking at their depth chart, where they probably just slide Terry Rozier over and start him at point guard, and then start
That would be my
Cody
guess.
Martin.
Yeah, he's hurt though too.
Yeah,
So
that's right. He's
it
dealing with an
would,
injury also.
yeah.
So I
My
mean,
guess is they probably just start Kelly Oubre and then Gordon
right?
Hayward plays at the two. He is back. They do not really have a backup point guard. Maybe Dennis Smith Jr. Lands a spot and makes the team out of camp. They're gonna have to keep somebody out of camp because they only have 13 players under contract right now. Standard contracts. You got to carry 14, except for a period of every 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
someone's gonna have to make it from those camp guys, or somebody we're not expecting at all. But I would think maybe Dennis Smith Jr. sticks around. They did sign Xavier Sneed, but he's a little bit more of a two than he is a one. Jalen Crutcher's played some for
yeah.
them in this preseason, but yeah, it's a very kind of messy situation there in Charlotte.
Now, Cody Martin, latest on him is that he may be back in action for their preseason game on Wednesday. So maybe he'll wind up being an option there. We'll see. But
Yeah,
the thought occurred to me: could this break the deadlock in the Kemba Walker situation in Detroit? Like,
maybe.
could this cause the Hornets to then contact Kemba Walker and say, "Hey, if you're a free agent, we will sign you," because right now we've heard he doesn't have that, and that's why he hasn't been willing to give back money in a buyout, and that could then cause Kemba Walker to come off of that stance of, "No, I need all of the money. I'm not going to take a buyout because there's no team that's going to pick me up." There could be a domino effect here that involves the Detroit Pistons if the Hornets are really looking at their point guard depth and saying, we at least want somebody in there. Kemba at least gives fans somebody to cheer for. There's the nostalgia factor there. Not saying that's what's going to happen, or that's even likely to happen, but it's possible.
No, yeah, for sure. It's it is could be, and it's a way to kind of say, hey, we're not giving up, even though it's kind of almost like a give up signing, right? It's
Mhm.
that almost kind of does seem that way a little bit. So but yeah, we'll see. I tweeted 4 days ago after watching the Hornets get demolished by the Celtics. If the Hornets are this bad, at least a Melo Wemby pairing will be really, really fun. So let's see if that comes to
That's
comes to
true.
pass.
See if you
So
can
yeah,
speak that into existence.
yeah,